Dear Diary, I'm going to kill everyone. What up y'all, it's the Black Critic Guy. I'm here today to review the anime Mirai Nikki, otherwise known as Future Diary. And I really did enjoy this anime. It had a lot of things going on in it, and it kept me very entertained. So the basic premise of Mirai Nikki is it follows this character by the name of Yuki, who's basically this standby. He's an observer of people. He really doesn't get attached to a lot of people in order to protect himself. And he always uses his phone and writes down like things that are happening around him. And because he uses his diary a lot, he gets chosen by this being known as Deus Ex Machina, who's pretty much like the god of time and space in this world, to partake in this survival game using future diaries against 11 other people to see who will become his successor. And it basically follows him as he deals with all these situations and all these crazy people to become the next god. So I heard a lot about Mirai Nikki. A lot of people compare Mirai Nikki to Death Note in some way, even though it's not really like Death Note. The only thing they share in common is it's this god who has this technology and he bestows it upon normal people and then they go at it. That's the only thing that it shares in common with Death Note, but I could see where they're coming from. To me, this anime felt like a blend between a little bit of Death Note, a lot of Puelli Magi Modica Magica, a lot of Dead Men Wonderland, and Looper. And also add in the Hunger Games as well, and what you got is Mirai Nikki. And a lot of you have asked me to review this anime, including KOH I Love Romeo, Kaki PR2, Cubano, Mr. XP Life, Dongle Fan 1, and my friend Roger have all asked me to review this anime. And now I gave it a watch, and I find this anime very interesting, very engaging, and very unsettling. Now before I get into it, there is one thing I want to say about this anime, and that is, at its core, this anime is a love story. I mean, if you think about it, it's a love story that's hidden under the cloak of this interesting psychological thriller. And I was like, when I went into this anime, I thought it was just going to be a pure psychological thriller, but actually it's a love story, which is nothing against the anime. It's just, I didn't see that coming, sort of say. I thought there was going to be like a romance, but I didn't think it would be the main story. So at heart, this anime is actually a love story. Now you know. The first thing that really pulled me into this anime is actually its concept. I found the concept very interesting and intriguing. It's about these 12 characters fighting to become the next gods of the universe, basically, using these Mirai Nikkis or future diaries to predict their enemies' movements and all that stuff. And one thing that I really like too is how all of the future diaries are not the same. They all have their specific functions that puts them either a step above or a step below their opponent, and it was really engaging to see them all like duel it out with their, you know, future diaries. This anime has a lot of unsettling moments. Like, this anime may not be a horror anime, but it really freaked me the hell out, especially scenes with Yuno. I mean, that is one crazy bitch, and you never knew what she was gonna do next, and it just made me feel uneasy when I saw her doing her look, like she has this look in her eye that she's about to kill you, and you start to freak out. I couldn't handle it. It made me feel uneasy. And speaking of Yuno, all of the characters to a degree are these demented, twisted, psychotic, and damaged individuals. I mean, adding to the unsettling nature of this anime, these characters also just freaked me the hell out. But one thing I give this anime props for is that they actually develop all these characters to the point where you understand why they're damaged, why they act the way they do, well, most of them anyway. And I really enjoyed the character relationships, such as Ninth with this detective guy. They both like complement each other, and Ninth is just a badass. She's one of my favorite characters in this anime, and this detective guy kind of complements her like rough, rowdy, and bombastic personality with this kind of calm and I uphold the law kind of personality, and they just balance each other. I like that. I also dug the 7th diary holder, who are actually a couple. Now, I don't want to give too much away, but like, I just liked their relationship. It was funny, they really cared for each other, and I liked their backstory a lot. And now we get to the main relationship, which is the most demented, deranged, and dysfunctional relationship I've ever seen in either a movie, a TV show, or an anime. And that's a little relationship between Yuki and Yuno. Now, there were times where I really dug their relationship. I thought it was going well, and then Yuno does this one thing and you're like, oh, well, oh no, no, I don't like their relationship anymore. And they actually do this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth throughout the entire anime. But the one thing that I really appreciate about them developing this relationship is you actually understood why Yuno acts the way she does, why she's so clingy and possessive. They give you a full circle development of not only the characters, but the relationship as a whole, that by the end of the anime, you actually start rooting for their relationship to prosper, and you start to relate to them, and you feel for their relationship. And speaking of the relationship between Yuno and Yuki, Yuki reminded me too much of Shinji from Evangelion and Ganta from Dead Man Wonderland. They share a lot of similar characteristics. He's kind of this weak, scrawny guy who can't really stand up for himself. He's kind of a loner, but he's a well-developed character as the series progressed. And you know what? I kind of liked him, but there are points where I'm just like, oh, you're just bringing me down, man. But you guys already know how I feel about characters like that, so there you go. There are a lot of twists and turns and exciting moments in this anime. I promise you this, you'll never be bored at all in this anime. It's a fun ride. It's figuring out what's going on, figuring out all the twists and turns. It's fun. It's entertaining a lot. I also like how they threw in some comedy to balance off this dreary atmosphere that the anime gave off. I like that. Now, I did have a few problems with this anime. This anime is actually very cliche. There are a lot of cliche moments in this anime, but you already know that. One thing that I felt like this anime could have done to make it a little more interesting is maybe have like the different diary holders in different parts of the world, and have like the diary holders go visit these different countries to look for them, and maybe have them not even be able to tell who's a diary holder, and then they can, when they come to the realization like, oh, he's a diary holder, then they get into this awesome fight. I really didn't like the character of Yuki that much, but you guys already know that. I felt like he was weak and scrawny, and although he is a well-developed character, and by the end of the anime he kind of, you know, accepts what he has to do, it just took him forever to reach that point. It just irritated me a lot. I really would have liked a little more understanding of how they chose all of these diary holders. Like, did they just choose them out of random? Was there a purpose to it? I mean, they never really explained why these people were chosen. They just were chosen because maybe they wrote in their diaries a lot. I guess that's it. And lastly, I really would have liked to see more from the diary holders. I mean, at least only 3 of them are in the anime a lot, but the rest of them, they're like in 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 episodes, and then they're gone completely from the anime. And I really would have liked to see more of them. Maybe see a little more instead of just their backstory. Maybe see their daily life or what they do occasionally. That would have been interesting. But overall, Mirai Nikki is a very interesting and engaging anime with a compelling story, well developed yet deranged, psychotic, and damaged characters, great character development, great character chemistry, great character relationships, the action and animation is superb, and a lot of hilarious moments. That's why I'm going to give this anime a 4 out of 5 stars. It's definitely worth watching. If you have not seen Mirai Nikki, I say go check it out. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Did you like it a lot? Did you hate it? And let me know, what is your favorite survival anime? Comment below, let me know. Also, stay tuned this Thursday for the Final Cut, where we be talking about our favorite or least favorite horror animes. Till then, I'm the Black Critic Guy, bridging the gap between movies and anime reviews. Till then, peace, YouTube.